Most people claim that photography has actually died. So the question is photography really dead or is it still alive? We start by looking at the opinion by Sontag. Photography has almost become almost as widely practiced an amusement as sex and dancing, which means that like every mass art form of photography is not practiced by most people as an art. It is mainly being practiced to kill time and anxiety and as a tool of power. As Sontag refers, the photography is dying because a lot of people have started practicing it, whether it has become a part of their life or it's a hobby for some. We can clearly observe the difference when the professional takes a photo and when an amateur takes a picture. It is therefore alive and well. The ability to change the settings quickly is the difference between someone taking a photo and creating an art. The core aspects of early photographs were personal identity, which has now been replaced by taking selfies. Photography nowadays has become so important that people like to capture every single moment in their life, whether if it's their food or if they're visiting some place. Taking pictures for social media has now become a standard of photography in modern era. Whereas in 1900s it was used to capture notable events which remain forever, such as a vulture waiting for a child to die. These photos were so significant that the photographer had to show some moral courage to capture the event. The photographer had to choose to either intervene or record the event. These conditions were so intense that there was a risk of life. If the photographer intervenes, then he could not capture the event, and if he wants to capture the event, then he could not intervene. This picture was taken during the Sudan famine in 1994. It shows the vulture waiting for the child to die because of hunger. Nobody knows what happened to the child because the photographer immediately left the scene after taking the photograph. The whole world was shaken by this picture. The photographer committed suicide after 3 months due to depression. I don't agree with the claims of Sontag that you can either capture an event or you can either intervene. Like in the example before, where the vulture was waiting for the child to die, the photographer had enough time to intervene and save the child. Instead, he took the picture and left the scene. In my opinion, photography never died. It is continuously growing each day. We now live in a world where photography has become an important part of our lives. Each hour, hundreds of pictures are uploaded on social media. The photography has become that part of our lives where everyone keeps taking pictures from morning till bedtime. Photography has surrounded our lives in such a way that we cannot even think of our lives without camera and photographs.